Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2016 Land Rover LR4. This LR4 is showing just over 44,000 original miles. If you would like to see a high-resolution, detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take you on a quick condition overview on both the interior and the exterior, as well as showing you some of its most notable features. Starting here in the exterior, of course you'll see the outside is finished in a beautiful black paint scheme. As we move to the passenger side, I'll highlight the metallic quality of the paint because it's got a beautiful amount of metallic hidden in there. But for now, I'll take you really close to the panel and slowly work our way back, looking for any dings or dents in the bodywork. But all the way to the rear here on the driver's side, it's in phenomenal condition. You can see the gorgeous gloss of that paint. Highly reflective, clearly been very well cared for. Taking a look at the 20-inch wheels, finished in this gorgeous polished finish. I absolutely love the way that silver kind of matches a couple of the accents here on the side and at the front fascia. And the tires in very nice shape as well. You can see the running boards are in great shape with no significant gouging or damage. And looking there at the front wheel, again, no curb rash to be seen up here, and another tire in great shape. Now looking at the front fascia, you'll find the headlights to be crystal clear, really nice condition there. And the lighting has a lot of chrome accents in it, which of course gives it a bit more of a refined look here at the nose. Now one of those silver accents I had mentioned before is this gorgeous grille here, of course in really nice shape, with the Land Rover script across the hood in matching color, as well as the Land Rover badge, as you would expect just there in the front. Now on the lower portion, of course, it's all in great shape, but one thing you'll notice are these small cameras just here on each corner. Now I'll cover these when we move to the interior, but these are a junction view setup, so as you come up to a particularly blocked intersection, it's hard to see. You can hit a button and those cameras will highlight different angles looking out from the nose of the vehicle, of course, improving safety and convenience. Now here on the passenger side, okay, looking at the side of the hood, you can see a bit of that metallic. You can see some minor hairline swirl marks, really nothing out of the ordinary, and only visible in direct sunlight. See here the beautiful metallic quality. I see gold, I see pink, I see green, red. It's really cool. There's a unique mixture of colors that really adds a lot of depth to this black scheme. Front wheel is of course in very nice condition, and we'll make our way really close to the panel, passing that beautiful gray Land Rover vent there on the fender. And of course, all the way to the rear, again, you'll find it's in very nice condition. Looking at the wheel at the back, again, beautiful condition. Now, taking a look at the rear of the vehicle, you'll find the taillights to look kind of unique, and I think it really cleans up the look here at the back. Minimal red used in the taillights because it's a clear lens with red LED nodes inside just there, which really gives it a really unique look, and I think it's very elegant. It gives the rear end a unique appearance. Looking at the hatch, all the paint is in great shape, and you have this massive rear window, which of course promotes good visibility, and we'll cover that at the interior. As you can see here, this plastic panel right on the load floor for your cargo is all in just phenomenal condition. Really nice, not showing any gouging, which is a great thing to look at on these SUVs to see how careful perhaps the previous owner was when loading cargo. And behind this cover you will find a tow hitch. This vehicle is capable of towing around 7,700 pounds, which is a very nice figure, especially with the supercharged V6 power plant. Now, a couple quick things to note here on the exterior. This vehicle, of course, focuses on luxury, but also Land Rover is known for their utilitarian aspect. And one very interesting thing, this vehicle in stock form can wade through just around 28 inches of standing water, which is a very impressive figure. And using the adjustable suspension, which we'll cover in a moment, in stock setup as it is right now, you can clear objects around 7.3 inches tall. And with the suspension set to off-road, it's capable of clearing objects just under 10 inches in height. So it's a very impressive capability there. Now making our way to the interior, looking at the seating, of course, phenomenal condition. You'll find the stitching on both of the bolsters on the outside to be in very nice shape, and all the stitching throughout the center, of course, looks great. Same goes for the passenger seat here. Remarkable condition all the way through. Looks hardly used. Now making our way inside, of course, first thing you notice, very comfortable place to be. As I mentioned, this is a nice mix of off-road capability and rugged build quality, alongside some really nice comfort and convenience features. So I'm going to fire it up using the start button just here. That supercharged V6 fires up with no hesitation. You'll see all these warning lights clear out, doing a check, and you're only left with the seatbelt light just there in the right. Starting here at the steering wheel, of course, leather wrapped stitching is all beautiful. All of the controls still hold all of their original text, and you do of course have a heated steering wheel, which is a phenomenal feature, especially this time of year here in New England. As you can see, it's around 30 degrees outside, so that's a great feature. You can see the infotainment screen has fired up. One quick push of this camera button here shows that junction view that I had mentioned prior. You also do have a nice navigation screen, and using the really interesting gear selector that rises out of the center console upon startup, when I select reverse gear, you will see that reverse camera fire up. It's a really nice feature. Of course, visibility is no problem at all because you do have that massive rear window, but we'll cover that in just a moment. Looking at all of the controls down here for the radio, you do of course have that nice analog clock, which is a great feature. All of the buttons have held onto their original text, and on these rubberized knobs you won't find any of that sticky rubberized texture that you sometimes get on vehicles of this vintage, so that's a great thing to see. Looking here at the center console and the climate controls, you'll find heated seat controls for your front two occupants, which is very nice. All of the climate controls have also withheld their original finish. They look fantastic, and I love the way that they've integrated the current temperature set into the specific dials for your driver and passenger zones. Here in the center console, as you'll see, many options for your suspension and the vehicle driving settings. Now you do have your height adjustment on the far left there, and as I mentioned, that will adjust the ground clearance from around 7.3 inches to just under 10 inches, which is very nice, and various other features that will really configure the car to the type of driving that you expect to do. Again, gear selector, very simple and functions exactly as designed, rises out of the dash and stows away when the vehicle is turned off. You have a couple of cup holders as well as a very spacious center console, and you'll find the center console is in great condition. You also, for each passenger up here at the front, have really nice armrests that are adjustable in height, and that aids really nice comfort and a very upright and commanding driving position. You'll also notice on the door cards you do have some really luxurious silver accents and some wood trim, which breaks up the other colors of the interior. Of course, window switches just there all look phenomenal. And also this vehicle is fitted with the Meridian sound system. The stereo is phenomenal, really punchy bass, sounds great with the acoustics in this interior, and it really does, of course, amplify any driving experience to have a wonderful sound system. You also do have a sunroof just above my head here for the front, and there's also a couple more, but we'll cover those in just a moment. But for now, I'm going to take a look under the hood and show you the aforementioned supercharged V6. Meet you there. So as we can see under the hood, all of the plastics have been maintained very nicely. They still hold that original factory shine that one would expect. Engine is idling very smoothly. I'm going to let you hear it uninterrupted for a moment. Now with the supercharged V6, it's going to deliver just under 350 horsepower. So a good amount of power in a vehicle that weighs just around 5,500 pounds curb weight. But when paired with the 8-speed transmission, it delivers quick shifts and has a lot of power down low, so that low-end torque, of course, is going to be very helpful, not only putting around town, but also when you are taking the vehicle off-road, as these are designed to be capable of. Now, of course, taking a look at the second row seating arrangement. Going to find all of the leather to be in phenomenal condition, with the stitching in equally good shape as in the front. Of course, the door cards are equally well appointed, and if you look above my head, you will find a very nice sunroof. But let's hop inside. Now, I have not adjusted the front seat from where I was sitting just a moment ago, so that's a comfortable driving position for me at 6'4". And here in the back, I have probably 3 inches of legroom between myself and the seat ahead, which is a nice amount of legroom. You can see here individual heated seat controls for your second row occupants, which of course is a great feature. And looking just above my head, thanks to this really nice step up in the roof line, I have a load of headroom, probably just under a foot of headroom for me, being rather tall, so that's a phenomenal thing to see. And of course, a very nice sunroof for both the second and third row occupants. This gives you a nice view of the driver's cockpit as well. And you may have noticed just above my head, I also have these individual climate controls, and I have a couple vents just above my head and down here around my legs. So next up, we'll make our way to the third row seating and take a look at the cargo space. I'll meet you there. So as you can see, I've folded down the second row of seats and exposed the third row seating. You can see the leather is all in very nice condition, and it's also rather well appointed for your third row passengers. You have these nice windows, very large with lots of visibility on either side. You also have individual cup holders as well as climate vents for each of your occupants. Looking up, they also have a nice view ahead of a gorgeous sunroof, extra large here in the back when compared to the second row, and you also have sunshades that are deployable easily by your rear occupants. Now I'm going to drop down those third row seats and we'll take a look at the true storage capacity here in the back of the LR4. So now with the tailgate opened up and the third row seats stowed away, you can see really nice amount of storage available here in the back of the LR4. It's also a very tall loading area, which is an important thing to look at. So you could fit very tall items in this massive space here. Also worth noting, for your third row occupants, you do have some storage here within the walls in the cargo area. Of course, you have this nice rubber mat covering up the floor, but underneath you'll find the carpet, and the backs of those seats are in great shape. We also do have the original factory carpeting for the vehicle, as well as a full set of rubber mats for all of the occupants, as well as WeatherTech mats for the front two footwells. So a load of mats to be included with the vehicle, all of which are in phenomenal shape. One quick thing to note, you also have a split tailgate at the back of the vehicle, which is nice because this can be used as a place to sit or a place to do work, almost as a bench setup. As you can see, hoisted up by these cables very easily, pushes right up and closes. And then the top portion of the tailgate can be dropped down. See here at the rear of the vehicle, as I mentioned before, those taillights with the red LEDs provide a really interesting look. Really cleans up the back end of the vehicle. So if you have any further questions related to this LR4, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, and there you will find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.